say hi. Say hi. Good boy. Well, it's about that time to eat a little bit of dinner. So what I've got going on here is I'm going to have tacos tonight. I've got a gas propane stove here, which has a double burner. Works perfect for me. If you had like two people living in here, maybe you'd want a 3-burner or something, but I did go with a universal size so that I can swap it out if I choose to, whatever the case may be. So with my tacos, basically I'm using a corn tortilla because corn tortillas to me are so much better than flour. I've got some steak. Basically this is just slab steak. Not a very great cut, but it all depends on how you cook it as to how it gets all nice and tender. Got the cheese to put on top, garlic minced, a little guacamole salsa. You got to have Texas Pete. I mean, some people like Tampico or other different types of hot sauces. The Texas Pete for me is the best. This is an allspice right here, and it's made by Badia. And the reason why I chose this is because there's a lot of spices that have a lot of arsenic. That's basically in the ground. It's natural, but with the continuance of pesticides and such, that has a lot of arsenic in it and other types of chemicals that you just don't want in your body. So the only one that I found that has the least amount of arsenic out of all the spices that I could find was this Badia. The label fell off because, well, that's part of bus life, I guess. Just fell off. Then I've got your Pig 5 pepper and onion blend. I'm gonna mix that in for my tacos. Sometimes I'll use like a taco sauce in a packet, but for some reason to me it doesn't taste right, so that's why I use the Badia seasoning, because it gives you that street taco taste. Okay, so go ahead and turn on the burner. Put it on about a medium heat. I'm going to take my meat. Well, first, I get a little bit of water in my pan. Just a little bit, and what that'll help do is help soften the meat a lot better than just standard cooking and cooking the crap out of it. So you add a little bit of water. I learned this on another cooking channel. But I'll go ahead and take my meat, put it into the water. Now I'm not going to eat all of this meat tonight, so what I'll do is I'll cook some up and then possibly have it with some potatoes and onions tomorrow morning with some eggs on top. We'll see how that goes. So I'll just take those, set them in there, cover them up, and let them cook. So I'll cook that for say about 30 minutes or so on medium. Take it out, cut it up, then throw it in with my my vegetables. Cook that up, spice it up, and then get that ready. So it looks like we're about done here as far as the meat's concerned. It's been cooking pretty well. Yep, that's good to go. Put that there, that there, and then I'll go ahead and throw in some green peppers and onions. Just gonna put in enough for 3 tacos. Let that cook up a little bit. All right, so we'll grab a big knife. Want to cut off all the fat. Give that to Ozzy. So the meat's still a little tough, but it won't be when I get done. cut it in little small pieces. You don't want to grab a hold of a big piece on a taco and pull the piece out, you know. So I cut them small enough. Here we go. And I'm thinking about only using, I thought I was only going to use probably about one of those steaks, but it looks like it's just enough for 3 tacos. Go ahead and put that in there. Okay. A little bit of garlic. Maybe a lot of garlic. I love garlic. Here we go. Then we need, the Badia all seasoning stuff. Sprinkle a bunch of that on. Now it doesn't have a lot of salt in it, and most of the times the salt will settle down to the bottom, so most of the time you just have herbs up here at the top. So you can put it on generously in the beginning and it won't be too salty. There we go. Stir that up a little bit. Still got a little bit of water in here, which is good. That's what I want. Get all that mixed up. There we go. We'll let that cook for about another 10 minutes. All right, so it looks like the meat is done. Go ahead and turn off the fire for a second. Give this a good stir. Yeah, maybe that's a little more than 3 tacos, but I'll mix all that for breakfast and with some eggs and some potatoes. Get my breakfast on. I'll take that. Transfer it to a paper plate. Make sure I get all the yum juice out of here. Okay, with a nice clean pan, I'll go ahead and put in some butter for my tortilla. Go back to a medium heat. Give me another plate. Put my finished tortillas on. Throw that in there. Get that butter soaked in a little bit. A couple of them. That butter soaked in a little bit. There we go. And then let that go for a little bit. Get them. I can feel the heat on one side. I'll go ahead and flip them. Wait till I can feel the heat on the other side. Not yet. Starting to feel the heat on that one. Go ahead and flip it. That one's done. There we go. Throw me a little more butter in here. You don't want to use too much butter because it'll make your shells fall apart. And we don't want them falling apart with all this goodness dripping everywhere. This other one's ready. And I like to use, I don't know if you can see this, but I like to use the edge of my plate to get a little bit of a fold going on. Get that one, get this last one in here, soak up some butter. There we go. So I'll go ahead and load up a little bit of cheese first, let that get to melting. Okay. Oh, one thing I forgot. Sour cream. These are doing pretty good. Feel a little bit of heat going on that side. I'll flip it. A little bit of heat going on that side. I'll go ahead and flip it. Now, I wouldn't recommend using your hands, but you know, it is what it is. I'll go ahead and start loading up these 2 tacos as they're ready. Get my meat on those. Make sure I get plenty on there. There we go. Oh. Okay. These feel like they're done now. Get those over there. Turn off my heat. Move that to the other side, give me a little more room to work with. And then load it up with some cheese, some more meat. Few pieces left over. I'm just going to put them wherever they'll fit. I'll go ahead, throw on my guacamole salsa. This is Hernandez. That's the only type of guacamole salsa I typically see, and I've developed a taste for it. It's really good stuff. A little spicy, but that's what makes it so good. Pour a little bit there. A little bit across the way. A little bit there. Well, these tacos are not like Taco Bell. They're going to be dripping with goodness. Take a little bit of my Texas Pete. Up, up, up. There we go. And now some sour cream. There we go, it's coming out. We'll do it fancy. And there you have it. Give these a shot, see what they taste like.